Hi, I am Bradley Marshall, and today I'll be discussing my work placement, which had been completed within the Bolton Lads and Girls Club, which is defined by the Careers Trust as being an innovative, dynamic, and progressive children and young people's charity based in Bolton. Being a registered youth club and charity organisation, it had offered plenty of insights and experience up for grabs in order to gain vital work experience. There has been many studies which demonstrates the importance of youth club centres. A study in 2009 by Brennan discusses how interactive and dynamic relationship between community youth development can lead to stronger communities emerging in society. Thus, highlighting how important it is for young people to stay in settings which allow for diversity and interaction with others, which is exactly what Bolton Lads and Girls Club offer. With free hot meals and a warm, safe environment, children thrive with energy as they can take up activities as they please with supervision. After researching around the Lads and Girls Club and discovering everything they had to offer, I realised it was the perfect place and opportunity for me. Welcoming volunteers with open arms, I gained valuable experience with young people, setting goals and objectives within completing work experiences. All of my targets was met. I intended to build a rapport with young people, this following on the BLGC logo design, which they have stated as reflecting commitment and passion of the BLGC team to do everything possible to help children and young people to feel fulfilled, happy, and achieve the most out of life. This indicating from a bright and positive design that radiates warmth and energy. Therefore, I intended to develop my positive relationships with young people, as well as becoming an integral part of the BLGC team. Positive relationships are an important foundation stone when interacting with youth. Positive relationships form the foundation of trust, per Goddard in 2003. Samofsky in 2014 found that during early adolescence, it being ages between 10 to 13, the child's relationship with his or her parents contributes significantly to his or her well-being, as is expected, especially with regarding to parenting style used. This research is of importance as when a child is at BLGC, they are under the safety blanket of the supervisors and members of staff, in a similar fashion as to what parents would be. Therefore, this theory can be applicable when discussing my work experience. Recent research has referred to how setting positive goals and living in a positive environment can have a great impact on young people. Per Soriano in 2013, teachers who apply a positive approach in their classes witnessed improved academic performances, higher levels of engagement, and transformed academic and non-academic behaviour of learners. Transitioning this research into my work experience, it concludes that setting a positive impact and relationship with the young people will result in improved behaviour, as well as building more upon positive relationships. Now, before I could get started with looking and taking care of young people, a number of safety measures and training had to be taken place. This was in order to ensure I was up to standard. I had to participate in numerous hour meetings. This is for safeguarding and understanding the importance of safeguarding and looking after young people. The term safeguarding is referenced from Oxford Dictionary as an act to protect from harm or damage with any appropriate measure. Safeguarding is of paramount importance in communities per Arthurs in 2022, with numerous data revealing the stature of safeguarding. It had to be taken seriously. Therefore, measure had to be taken place in order for me to begin at BLGC. This was not only protect the children, of course, but for me as well as upholding the reputation of the BLGC club. Now, on my first day, I admit nerves hung over me, and I felt uncomfortable in a new environment, which was surrounded by young individuals who wanted nothing more but to have fun. Being loud and boisterous, the sports hall was packed with individuals playing either basketball or football or any type of sport in particular on that day. Now, one young person came up to me, adamant I joined in on the fun, settling me down, and I began to feel ease, building upon relationships with young people through the enjoyment of sport. However, finding a common ground such as sport allowed it to be more natural, in return building up relationships with the young members. This suggesting that finding something in common would be the way to move forward with members in order to build a rapport, linking in with Goddard's positive relationships, and one of my key goals for work experience. As time went on, I was asked to volunteer in the Connect group with children who had sensory conditions. This is where I really came into my own and started enhancing my abilities, as well as learning how to deal with certain situations. At first, I began shadowing the other mentors, observing their behaviour and how they was dealing with the young people per Bandura's social theory in 1977. Now, recent research has stated that individuals who are a part of the autism spectrum can have difficulties. Although these members have been curious, the young people started to question why I was there, who I was, to the other staff members. Therefore, my goal was intending to gain their trust and build a relationship and understanding with these young members. After gaining confidence, I led certain sessions, which included the parachute game. And I opted to participate in games due to research indicating that creating opportunities for autistic and neurotypical children to connect in naturally motivating activities like a game could be an advantageous way for peers to model socially desirable behaviours. This is by Cross in 2020. This linking in for my aim of gaining trust and confidence with the young people. Moreover, I can recall becoming sort of a personal mentor to one individual who became very nervous and nauseous when approaching the gym, in particular a treadmill. They knew they had a desire to get started in the gym with working on top of a treadmill. I made it my aim to get this individual confident as much as possible in order to attempt to tackle the obstacle. I had to become a leader for this individual. I showed the young person how to operate the machine, as well as let them observe myself on the treadmill before they decided if they wanted to attempt the machine themselves. Eventually, the young person, after encouragement, hopped on the treadmill and has not looked back since. Every time we go into the gym, they're the first one to go and use the treadmill. The use of leadership in particular, transformational, was key in order to get the confidence of the young individuals up and rise in order to achieve the goal that they had intended for themselves. Recent research further enhances the use of transformational leadership, with Hanson in 2018 stating that innovative behaviour is most likely to appear when the leader combines transformational leadership with verbal rewards. Now, verbal rewards is interesting to note as the time of Easter holidays approached. At the Connect group, an egg and spoon race was offered for the individuals to participate in, with the reward being a chocolate egg. This use of positive reinforcement with the reward of chocolate enticed young people to join and participate in the race. Research as per Hardy and McLeod in 2020, found data in overall support of the use of positive reinforcement. The use of a reward motivated young people to come out of their comfort zone and perhaps into engage in activity which they had never probably would do. After completing several sessions within the Connect group, the young people started opening up to me and involving me in little things. However, these little things were massive leaps for what I wanted to achieve. These might not have been little to them, but they were massive to me. To one member letting me know all the details of their weekend activities, in which involved knitting with their nana for making blankets for a Liverpool hospital, to another young individual approaching me to help with ordering and sourcing their tea. This was an integral part of gaining trust with young members and made me a proud and an established team member of BLGC. Further enhanced, as I had begun to be asked to participate in after-session meetings with other members of staff. The staff valued my insight, and we discussed about what went good or bad in the session, which I'd just concluded. Research, as provided by Morans Hono in 2020, suggested that collaborative teamwork resolution has a direct positive link to integrative adaptive leadership. Therefore, meaning that these collaborations after each session help set the tone for the next, improve the mood of myself and staff, whilst planning and discussing activities for the following week, as each member took it upon themselves to become a leader at the time of speaking. These are only some little snippets surrounding my work experience, but it has been an amazing adventure, broadening my network and being able to apply psychology whilst out on the field. Now, this experience was vital in understanding young people, as well as strengthening my communicational skills with staff members. The goals I set out, building a rapport with young people, as well as establishing myself as a proud member of the BLGC team, all was met, and I hope to be able to continue with Bolton Lads and Girls Club. My original goal was to become part of a youth offending team. Therefore, interacting with youth was a key decider in choosing to volunteer at BLGC. However, as time passes, I hope to be able to stay a part of BLGC and perhaps even full time. Thank you very much for your time.